I have a question. May I record?
Yes, I'm also recording. I'm also recording, and I can send you the recordings after each class if you like.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be good, actually. Just, you know,
Okay,
sometimes
good.
you can't quite remember.
Right.
You know, you may not have written it down.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for being my guinea pigs. I will send videos of the class after each class.
Wow.
Okay. Let's see here. We'll wait another minute or two. And I sent the prayers for your benefit, Brigitte, so that you can have them accessible and handy if that is comforting.
Oh, cool. I have them here too, but I have to scroll.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, thank you. Hey, another 3-year retreater is walking in the door. Nice to see you, Will.
Yeah, great to see you.
I'm about to start an ACI class right now. Is there something I can help you with? Or what's that? Our class is starting right now, this moment. So, okay, great. Okay. Nice to see you. Take care. Oh, let's see here. Kelly. Kelly. Hi, you made it.
Hi, hello everyone.
Good to see you. You look bright and beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you too.
All right. Well, Brigitte, would you like to do prayers again? You did such a nice job last time.
Okay. Thank you for the honor.
Oh dear, you know what? Let's see here. I need to do something. I need to resume recording. Okay. Thank you, Umse. Thank you, Umse. You may lead us in prayers.
Sashi Poki Chukching Metok Tram Vira Plingshi Nyinde Kinpadi Sangi Shindu Mite Urvari Rukun Nandak Shingla Chupasho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamya Yatayami Sangi Chudang Toki Choknam Lang Changchu Pardu Rakni Kipsuchi Daki Chinyen Kinpe Sanamki Rola Panchir Sange Rupasho Sange Chudang Toki Choknamla Changchu Pardu Rakni Kipsuchi Daki Chinyen Kinpe Sanamki Rola Panchir Sange Rupasho Sangi Churang Saki Choknamla Changchu Pardu Rakni Kyapsuchi Taki Chinyen Genpei Sonamki Trola Panchir Sangi Drupasho.
Thank you. Beautiful. Okay. Oh dear, now I need to stop recording again so I can reach the share screen button. Is that, oh no, there we go. Share screen. This screen, here we go. Okay, so welcome to class 3 of course 9. And I thank you very much for coming. So today we're going to start the actual commentary by Je Tsongkapa. Very exciting. The first class was an overview of his course. The second class was an outline of the entire Vinaya Sutra and the entire collection of the Vinaya scriptures, quite daunting. So let's first review our last class. We'll go over last week's homework. So and anybody speak up, just shout out. Give the three major divisions of the actual commentary of Choney Drakpa Shedrup's explanation of the Vinaya Sutra. How to, not having vows to having them, right? Once you have your vows, how to keep them from being damaged. And 3, how to restore your vows if they happen to get damaged. Explain why the texts on the subject of Buddhist discipline often open with a review on the life of the Buddha.
Only the Buddha can perceive the subtle workings of the rules of Buddhist discipline. What actions lead to what karmic results? For anyone but omniscient beings, these workings of karma are in the category of extremely hidden phenomena, and we need an enlightened being to explain them to us.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much for that. Name the 3 sections of the Choney Drakpa Shedrup's commentary included in the actual explanation of the root text, but come before the actual commentary begins. Anyone remember that?
Is that the meaning of the title of the Vinaya? Is that, yeah?
Uh-huh, exactly.
Taming the mind and thoughts and desires. Then the translator's obeisance.
Mhm.
Like who is he praying to, and that sort of indicates what the subject matter is about. And then this one, he's praying to the Buddha, which is the understanding of karma and emptiness.
Mhm.
And number 3 is a commentary on the root text, the purpose of the text, that it's like a lifelong companion to leading to a happier, more fulfilled life. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect, Juliet. Name the 4 major parts of the section on how to keep your vows from being damaged.
To rely on an external support like a monastic preceptor or mentor. To rely on your own internal motivations for having the vows. To understand the vows well and the things that might threaten them. And to engage in 3 monastic practices, Sojong, summer retreat, and the celebrations after summer retreat.
Beautiful, beautiful. The English is much more playful, isn't it? Yeah, it's important to remember to celebrate together and have fun. That helps us keep our vows. Interesting, huh? The next question was, quote the opening line of the instruction from the sutra concerning the painting of the wheel of life, and then name 7 components of the painting which the sutra advises must be included. Well, the opening, oh, go ahead.
The quote is about that in a monastery, you should have a painting of the wheel of life in the foyer. And then it says in 5 sections.
Uh-huh. And then we add in our oral tradition to also put it in your foyer.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, and then all the sections of the painting, I probably won't, I don't know if they're in a specific order, but there's the 5 like sections of the spokes, which is the 5 types of beings or realms.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the 12 dependent links of origination. There are the bardo beings, like swirling outside, I guess it was how it was described.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole circle is in the clutches of the Lord of Death.
Which represents impermanence, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then in the middle, there's 3 animals representing the mental poisons. A pigeon or rooster for ignorant liking, a snake for ignorant disliking, and a pig for ignorance itself. And the pig is often painted as eating the tails or eating the other 2 animals. I guess demonstrating that ignorance itself is the root of everything. And then, the Buddha outside, pointing to the moon or a holy being representing nirvana. I think that's all the components, and then there's the quote, right?
The quote at the bottom.
I'm not going to remember the exact words, but like it talks about taking up and giving up, and in something. Then it talks about, there's a piece in there I'm forgetting, and then it talks about the elephant and the hut, like smashing the.
You got the principle.
Maybe other people could help me.
The gist of it was take up and give up. What to take up, which is your practice, and give up hurting other people.
Okay.
So that's the gist of it. And smash those mental afflictions like an elephant knocking down a frail reed hut. Beautiful, Kelly. That was gorgeous.
Thank you. It was nice to finally like remember all of them. I always look at them.
Wow. Very impressed.
Okay, well, let's now get into the commentary. And Je Tsongkapa's opening line of the commentary begins, "Oh, may there be happiness and goodness." What a beautiful way to start any conversation, right? Do you see if my recording button is on, Brigitte?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Okay, very good. So, oh, may there be happiness and goodness. So Je Tsongkapa starts to describe the meaning of this opening. And Om is made up of 3 components, Ah, U, and It's actually 3 separate sounds that we just kind of blend into Om. And these represent in one sound the pure body, speech, and mind of a Buddha. So Buddha's body includes his body in paradise and his body that emanates in countless universes to help any being who has the karma to see him and to be helped by him. Buddha's speech is mainly those emanations that speak and explain Dharma to you, which is the only way that Buddhists can help us. So Buddha's mind is his omniscience, which knows every object in the universe, in all realms, and all the past, present, and future times in one moment at the same time. Now, in this regard, Om is also a code word for calling on all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which is how it is used at the beginning of a text in general. So let's look at the rest of his opening statement. Remember, we've been talking about happiness is a code word for nirvana. And nirvana is the inability to have any perception that upsets your peace of mind. You are never even the slightest upset. You are never nervous or fearful, and you are always without any mental afflictions. You are never anything but a peaceful state of mind and being. So we can reach this state of mind and still have this body, which we have to remember also has death as its future, but your mind is totally peaceful. And goodness is the code word for nirvana that is expanded with perfect compassion to Buddhahood, now attaining the 3 qualities of a Buddha, the mind, the body, and the world, all total peace and no more dying body. In other words, Je Tsongkapa is blessing all living beings to achieve temporary happiness in nirvana and permanent happiness in Buddhahood. So let's see here. Again, thank you for putting up with my ineptness here. So here, Je Tsongkapa is calling on all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to hear him. And he is bestowing the blessings that all beings reach higher rebirths, they reach nirvana, and then they reach Buddhahood. And then he goes on to state his subject, which is the individual freedom vows. Remember that this is the whole subject of all of the Vinaya, how to get the vows if you don't have them, how to keep them, and how to repair them. And he first asks, why are these called freedom vows? So Master Ngulchu Dharma Bhadra says they're called individual freedom vows because those individuals who keep them reach freedom or nirvana. Those who don't keep them don't reach freedom. People who keep them will get their minds to nirvana, and those who don't will not. It's an individual matter, and no one can do it for you. In Je Tsongkapa's summary of the essence of individual freedom vows, he gives us a definition of praktimosha vows. Vows of individual freedom are refraining from hurting others, and its basis, and doing so, and its basis caused by an antidote of renunciation. So what he's saying here is that the motivation must be renunciation. And this is the punchline. The reason to follow this code of behavior of ethics, the only reason to do this is because you are fed up with the ups and downs of this worldly life. You are just sick of never being satisfied, all caused by our kleshas, our mental afflictions. You realize that this world is just broken and is not fixable in any worldly way. And renunciation is to realize that there is nothing worth working towards except the cessation of our mental afflictions. So these vows are our ticket out of this lousy situation. They are the only thing that can get us out. So take them to keep them for that reason, because you are sick of being unhappy. You're tired of being hurt and discontented all the time, with only a dead-end future to everything and for everyone. And with this intention, you'll live with them, you'll keep them sweetly and happily and eagerly. And all you really have to do is agree to refrain from hurting others. It's pretty darn simple. And so the freedom vows refer to the first 7 non-virtues, the ways that we hurt others, which are the 3 of body and the 4 of speech. And then, as we talked about before, all of their friends, the other of the 84,000 ways that we hurt other people. So Ngulchu Dharma Bhadra says that along with its basis means that the last 3 non-virtues are the basis for the other 7. And the last 3 are craving, ill will, and wrong views. So we're agreeing to refrain from the thought processes that make you hurt other people. So the proper motivation for taking freedom vows is being totally fed up with the suffering life. He goes on to explain that these vows are given the name individual freedom for the reason that those who take and keep them properly gain freedom from the cycle of suffering, whereas those who act in the opposite way fail to gain this freedom. And what does the basis in this line refer to again? Je Tsongkapa says that Master Ngulchu Dharma Bhadra created the excuse, or I should say the other way around. Je Tsongkapa created the excuse to introduce the 3 mental non-virtues, since the Vinaya focuses only on the speech and the actions of non-virtuous behavior. It's the mental actions that generate the other 7, the thought processes that are behind hurting others. And so Je Tsongkapa is pointing out that the Vinaya generally guides our speech and actions, and he's making sure that we realize it is our mental processes that give rise to the actions and words that cause the damage. So next, Je Tsongkapa lists the 6 categories that explain individual freedom vows. These are from Je Tsongkapa's text and which will be covered in the next 3 classes. So the 6 categories are their basic nature. What are vows? What are they made of? Are they mental? Are they physical? Where are they? Where do they reside? Where do they stay? Then we'll look at the categories and how they are divided into the 8 types or groups of vows. Then we'll look at descriptions of individual sets of vows. We'll talk about who can take them. What kind of person is it who can grow the vows, even with a proper ceremony and a certain state of mind and all the proper circumstances? Then we look at how our vows can be lost. And then we look at the benefits of keeping the vows properly. Now he starts with the basic nature of the individual freedom vows. What do you think a vow is made of? When we say a vow forms in your mind stream, what image or thought pops into your mind? Do you only have them when you're thinking about them? Are they subconscious? Je Tsongkapa's presentation of the basic nature of the individual freedom vows is presented in terms of how each of the 4 schools of ancient India thought to explain them. So some believe that vows are physical, and we're going to look at 4 schools of thought. The detailist school, or the Vaibhashika or Abhidharma school, is the first and the lowest of the 4 ancient schools of India. These are not the traditional schools of Tibet like Sakya, Kagyu, or Galupa. These are the 4 ancient schools of India. So they believe that the vows are untouchable. They are invisible, physical stuff that permeates your body. Initially, the vows communicate sincere renunciation through tears, etc. But afterwards, you have a non-communicating physical vow with their presence not apparent to observers. Now, the implication school, the Madhyamika Prasangika, which is our school, is the upper half of the 4th school, the Madhyamika or middle way school, and the highest school of Buddhism. We believe that the vows are made of physical conceptualizations, that your visualizations are a kind of form with colors and shapes existing as an object outside of your mind. And that this is where the vows are. It's the form that is pictured in the mind. So if you stop and think of, colors and shapes, you can think of red and it forms in your mind. And so this school calls that physical. And if you think of your refrigerator with your eyes closed, again, another form appears in your mind. So the vows are a conceptualization of seeing yourself not thinking, saying, or doing anything bad. Kind of interesting. The other 2.5 schools say the following: that the individual freedom vows are the mental intention to give up bad deeds and bad words, along with the seeds and propensities of that intention, which resides in the mental stream. The Sutras, the Swatantrika school, says the vows exist as a continued intention. When you're about to act, you think, oh no, I shouldn't do that. And that mental thought is the vow. The mind-only school also says the vows exist as the mental seed because the vows can be broken during deep meditation. The independent school, the Madhyamika Svatantrika school, which is the implication group of the middle way school, again, the Madhyamika Prasangika, holds it's the lower middle way school. It holds a similar view to the detailists, that the vows exist as a form of the gateway of the detailists, that the vows exist as form, which is the object of the mental consciousness. So in other words, they say the vows are the physical conception, the physical restraining of body and speech as you conceive of them in the mind. So lastly for today, Je Tsongkapa describes the 8 categories of the individual freedom vows in 2 groups. And first, there are those that relate to the family life. First, there is the group of one-day vows, and there are 8 components of these. These last for 24 hours, and this is when you can really see if you can practice being an Arya and keep your mind, words, and deeds pure, just for 24 hours. You take them before sunrise, and they last for 1 day until the sun rises the next morning. And we'll talk about all of these more specifically in the next class. Then there are the lifetime laywoman's vows, and they're also called the female layperson's lifetime vows. There are the lifetime layman's vows, also called the male layperson's lifetime vows. And then there are those that relate to leaving the family life. There's the novice nun's vows, the novice monk's vows, the intermediate nun's vows, the fully ordained nun's vows, and the fully ordained monk's vows. So as I said, starting next class, we'll dig into the details of these vows. So this was a short class, but go ahead and use this extra time that we didn't use in class on your meditation, okay? This is a very important meditation for this class. Spend your meditation time building your vision of what it would be like to achieve nirvana. Oh my gosh, what it would be like to live a life without the slightest of irritation or upset, without any mental afflictions of any kind. And this is very important to build your image of this goal, because this is your first goal on this path, is to reach nirvana, to reach the state of a total cessation or absence of mental afflictions. And then also think what your life would be like keeping the vows of individual freedom, these first 7 that we're looking at, and then of course the last 3 mental ones were thrown in, and understand, start putting the connection of how you will be able to put a stop to your mental afflictions because you're being kind to humans in all ways of the body, speech, and mind. So thank you for coming today. And again, meditate on that as frequently as you can in the next couple of days. It's so very important that you get very clear this feeling of living life without mental afflictions. And I'll get you a recording of this class converted and sent out to you within the next day. See you soon. Oh, wait, we need to do our prayers and dedication, Brigitte. Thank you.
Sashi Puki Chukching Metokram Rira Blingshi Nyendegin Padi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Urbargi Trokun Namdak Shingla Drupasho Idam Guru Ratnamandala Kamni Yatayami Gewadi Gewokon Sanam Yeshe Tuk Tok Shin Sanam Yeshe Le Chung Wei Tanpa Choney Drakpa Shedrup.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Do well,
Thank you
everybody.
for teaching. Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Bye bye.